Here we go. I don't know how long this one is going to be. It is. What is this? I think this is. Yeah, October 19th, 2023. And I do have a couple different topics that I jotted down that I would like to get to eventually in the next couple of podcasts. But right now, excuse me, I will do that later. But I think today we're just going to freestyle it. Whatever comes to mind, that's what we'll talk about. I know I hate when I usually listen to podcasts and they don't have a topic or angle or what they're doing for that time. And I'm kind of doing that right now. So that's the situation. Very busy day. Today is a very, I don't know if this is the right word, important, but memorable. Let's go with memorable. It changed my life. And I did a lot of reflecting on it. I wouldn't say so much like it's like a birthday. I mean, it is a birthday anniversary, so to speak, but I wouldn't give it the same type of feeling because it's not. It doesn't happen all the time, especially close to you. You can probably get what I'm talking about. And I guess I'm not so ready to really speak of that right now. But so yeah, it's a good type of reflection. I don't know if that's the right word, but I did do that. And yeah, busy day. Did a lot of things on my list, got things accomplished. And now it's the evening time. Still haven't eaten dinner for today. I will soon. And once I get that going, I will take it easy for the rest of the day. Take a shower and look forward to the next day. But yeah, I did. One of the things I did today was I delivered coffee. I actually see that one of the guys, he got back to me. It's an organization, a networking organization that we were or kind of still am. I don't really know what the situation is going with that, but we reached out. He reached out to me talking about a couple of different things and stuff like that. And I think he wanted to buy some coffee. And I just like, no, I just donate it to you. Here you go. It's not so much that I wouldn't mind actually selling my coffee, but it's one of those things where it's just easier to just say, hey, here you go. I'll just donate it for now and just keep it pushing. I don't even really believe in donations. I know it's weird me saying that, but I don't mind donating if it's for a decent cause that I believe in, or if it comes back to me some way, somehow. But for the most part, it doesn't really come back to you. I've done a number of donations and it just don't work. Not the way that people always say to do or try. I'd rather kind of just give it away and see what happens from there, especially in a sample type of form. But yeah, so that's what I did. I dropped it off and we'll see what happens because of it. And yeah, so that's that. But yeah, I really don't know what to talk about. I think that's the reason why I said I will freestyle it today because I do kind of have something. I could kind of talk about that, but uh, you know, What's up, doggy? I did find out something very interesting that was cool. I have a neighbor that bought coffee from me and then he stopped because of budgetary reasons, which is totally understandable. I would say that my coffee isn't the cheapest, it's not the most expensive, but I guess you kind of have to think about it sometimes when you actually do get the coffee, but whatever. Um, and he came back to me, and let me read the text message because it was kind of eye opening. I was trying to really learn more from it than anything. He said, "Hey, good sir, could we get another round of coffee? This HEB leftover coffee we've been working with has been rough." And I just asked him another question like, "What do you mean? What are the issues?" So I'm trying to understand what he doesn't like about it. Totally turns my stomach. That's all he said. So my predictions or analysis, if I had to think about why that is the case, is that one, he's probably used to my coffee. My coffee is fresher than grocery coffee. It won't be as fresh once I start putting it on Amazon. But that's besides the story, the situation. Um, and it's been sitting there for a long time. I mean, coffee's coffee, right? If you want to go there, it's I don't know where HEB is actually roasting their coffee from or whatnot, but it has to have sat there for a long time, and that does to an extent cause people to have that type of feeling in what they're drinking. And I think what he relayed to me too is that he drinks his mostly black too. So it's easy for him to gather issues lot a lot easier compared to somebody else who's drinking coffee from with an additive, So that was pretty interesting. So, and I think for now I went ahead and sold him two-pound bag because that's the way that we're going with things. We've been doing this for a while actually. And I think 2-pound bags at a sweet price is what people want. You deal with that person. Once that coffee's done, you will more than likely come back. One less thing to worry about for a couple of weeks to a month or whatever. And a lot of times, what people do, what I've noticed is that they just kind of keep scooping. They're not like bashful about getting what they want out of their coffee because it's such a big bag. Probably when it gets to the bottom, that's a different story. But in the beginning, especially, that's how it works. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should fill a bag up, grind it, or keep it whole beans and use it every day. Kind of see what customers actually go through and kind of understand them even more so. But yeah, that's that. So I'm looking forward to learning more about that situation and go from there. But yeah, so again, I don't have much to talk about. We got a fat athletic dog. She's actually on my website. If you were to go to, I guess I haven't really plugged my website yet. But if you were to go to everydaybeans.com, and then once you go there, you go to shop, and then after that, you scroll down, and then you go to first love. premium dark roasted coffee. It's actually my my introduction to high end quality dark roasted coffee. It's bold, it's smooth, as it should be, you know. And that's the first one that I tell people to usually start with. And there's my pup. And this is when she was a puppy. This is probably a year into us having her. And it was funny because we had a crate, and it was funny because my wife, we had her in a crate. The crate was a decent size, and then we also had dividers. And she was a lanky, skinny dog. Nowhere like that right now. She's 98 pounds. And yeah, so she wanted to keep her at that particular size in the pen. And I was like, babe, she's growing. She's still growing. And so I took out that divider and she kept growing. And I don't know if she felt a certain way about that to me, but man, we've been buds ever since, man. Actually, I got her. This is hilarious. I bring this up in end of the day and all that stuff. I'll tell you that this is the day my dad passed away, and I will say it was a couple of months after. I think it was like a month after my dad passed away that I got this dog. So this dog has been in my family for 5 years. And we're best of buds. She hugs me. We go on walks. First love, man. Well, she's not really my first love, but but I understand dog people now because I used to be that person who did have a dog. And after having the dog or watching people with their dog, I could never really understand why people, you know, just like were in love with their dog, did everything with them. And I get it now. I call her name is Olive. Goat Brothers. Again, makes no damn sense whatsoever. Goat. She is the goat to me. She is the greatest of all time. This dog is my dog. She is the best. So yeah, fellow goat brother, and yeah, so she's on the website, and we do a lot of things together. We feed her smoked meat a lot, some tallow, mixed dog food. We go on walks. She listens mostly, and then yeah. So she's a really good dog. My wife took her in for allergies because she has allergies, and they think that she's probably allergic to chicken and gluten. But we'll see. Since I'm the one who feeds her, I could be better about what I actually feed her. But yeah, so the day was busy doing this, doing that, messing around with the website, added a couple of links to it. I did that yesterday. Fool around with the labels, which is coming along. I got to figure out what's the next step. I think next thing I'm gonna do is actually probably stop where I'm at. I actually stopped already. I've added last minute things to it. Then I'll come back to it and change a couple things, and then I'll go ahead and get things set up on Amazon. Get that going. Yeah, even looked at somebody send me some land stuff. It's just this podcast is totally random. It's everywhere. I really don't know where it's going. Hopefully, you're getting something out of it. Should I talk about coffee a little bit more? What coffee did you have today? I mean, there's no way for me to really know what you're having unless you send me a message and we can talk about that coffee, the things that you liked about it, and all that good stuff. But since we're talking about morning rituals and coffee, I did do, of course, V60. I'll talk about that later. I did do the Sumatran. It is saying that it's medium. It's mostly like a medium dark, and I would classify that more so as a dark in my books. But still has some really good flavor to it. I'm really liking it at this level. I will roast it again to see if I can get it to a everyday beans medium, you know. But yeah, so that's what I had this morning. I dialed it in pretty well. And since now I've been using my refractometer and I have my app and all that stuff and then testing the coffee, seeing where I'm at, I can really play around with that. And I think right now it's, I may have to try 18 or 18.5 extraction. Right now I've been hovering around 20. 23 is a little pushing it too far a little bit. But we'll see. But I'll probably more so play around with 18.5 just to see what we're working with extraction wise. What the coffee is tasting like. I think I am liking a 1 point, what is it? 1 to 15 ratio. I would go a lot stronger, but a lot of times it gets muddy with the clarity of the coffee. Like you can't really taste it. It just tastes strong. And then if I go to 1.1 or 1.3, even 1.2, it's crap to me. It's not enough flavor. But we'll see. I may play around with it just for the hell of it, you know. And I will explain all the crazy coffee snob stuff that I'm talking about and how that really matters to you, you know, because that's the part that I haven't truly really figured out. I can play around with it. I can geek out of it, but why would you pay $800 for a refractometer? You know? Yeah. I mean, yes, if you're into coffee, that's a different story, but you're just trying to drink your coffee, enjoy it every day, and trying to just do what you can, right? But how does me knowing this knowledge, knowing this stuff, help you? That's the part. That's the part that's the challenge for me because I can give you information and tell you why and know that it's going to actually be helpful. Because a lot of times, especially in this case, it's very hard to give people information because I have to do it in a way to where I'm dealing with the ideal target market of people who are buying the coffee now, right? Some of them, I wouldn't say it's 50-50, but let's just say it is 50-50. Whole beans, people who buy whole bean coffee. And then you have ground coffee. I can tell you this or that about grinding a little bit harder or more than normal. Going ahead and using 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 94, 90, 95 degrees Celsius temperature water. You know, I can do that. I can really lay out the game plan and I can ask you what you're actually tasting and kind of get you closer to what you want to experience in that coffee. But when I'm dealing with somebody who has ground coffee, it's a totally different ball game because it's ground already and it's and it's something that I haven't fully played around with, and I need to, because if I figure that part out of thinking like this, you have a bag, and that roaster has essentially grinded the coffee of what they feel is ideal for you. And that's still a broad spectrum, because you could be brewing that coffee on even a V60 or Chemex, but more than likely you're not doing that. If you have ground coffee, you put it in a machine. You may put it in a pod of the Keurig. So just that's what you're working with. That's what you're, I wouldn't say stuck with, but that's what you have at that present moment. How can I give you the best opportunity to really enjoy that coffee? That's hard. Maybe I should start with that. Probably just go ahead and get a bag, put like 7-8 ounces of coffee, grind it up, and play around with it. Think about how you would do it, or if there's any questions that you may have in regards to that coffee. So there's a lot of variables that I have to go with or think about and really understand what's going on here. And that's really where I'm at with a lot of things. And it's cool to just kind of just throw things out there, you know. Talking about freestyle and randomness, that's one thing I like about podcasts. I was close to start doing a video. Hell, I may still do a video podcast, but right now it's no need. I'm just talking. I don't need to doll up or do anything like that. I can just be myself and just talk and be done. This is as raw as it gets, and that's the beauty of podcasts, the way you want to make it. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know really how well this will mean to you. Wow, I'm already 22 minutes in. I thought I was going to do 5 minutes to call it a day and move on, but that's the situation. Freestyle. I may do this more often, but we will go from there. Um, there's not much else I would want to talk about. Oh, okay. Let me talk about this, and then this will be a good place to end. I did talk to my brother today, which was really nice. My brother, he's in Denmark, and yesterday I just sent him a text message. It's like, "Hey, bro, man, this kettle is very intriguing," and he got really. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna call you about it." I'm like, "Okay." So we talked for about 20 minutes today about the Weber kettle and how that's instrumental to grilling and barbecuing, and how we believe that a kettle grill is, if you're going to get into barbecue, the thing that you should get initially. It's like almost a requirement. It's funny. I told him, it's like, it's funny because I had a kettle grill, it was a Kettle Joe, and I used it I didn't even use it. I don't even think I lit charcoal. I didn't know how. Years ago. And now I'm back at it. And it's like, it's so true. You do need to start with there because it's a lot of intricate details that you'll get lost, but you need to go through, like how to light a chimney, how to light coals, how to play around with airflow and troubleshoot what's going on, and how to sear a steak or whatnot. Or you can even do low and slow, which I did last week with a beef back rib. Just things like that. It's something that you learn a lot from. And then the funny thing, what he said at the end of that was like the beauty of the kettle grill is that that's what you start with, right? And you could think about you go really learn how to barbecue on it. And then you have a list of things that you do like about it. But more importantly, you're also think about you also have a list of things that you will like in another grill or a smoker or cooker or whatnot, and you can seek that out. And that was extremely true and telling. It's like I can use the analogy of coffee, right? For instance, everybody has started with a shitty coffee maker, right? Mr. Coffee, right? It's complete shit. It is. It really is. But that's what you start with. You just don't know, you know. You just start drinking coffee from it, right? And then you think about what you like about it, how quick and easy it is, but then you may have a small list of things that you don't like about it, but you still have that list, right? And then you seek out something that solves those problems for you. And that's with a lot of things in life, right? It's like, oh, Mr. Coffee doesn't get hot enough. I barely even taste the coffee. You know, it runs through the grinder or the brewer too fast. You know, just certain things about it. It just doesn't gel right. But I like how easy it is to use. So then you start to think about things that you can do with that, and you just find it. You just find that coffee maker that works for you. So yeah. So that I think that's what you do. You just seek out the thing that helps your ritual out, that makes it more of an enjoyable experience. And that's really what we're talking about here. Enjoying the ritual, right? Enjoying the process, enjoying the cup of coffee that you have in the morning or X amount of times throughout the uh the day, you know? So yeah, that's what I got for you. Peace out. Thank you for listening. If you have.